So I'm being bombarded by racist comments, but they're not coming from the people you might expect. He's Vietnamese, Chinese don't look like that, and there are also many comments calling me Southeast Asian. These come after some videos I made about poverty in China, which didn't exactly cast China in the best light, I admit. Why are they doing this? Well, it's simply because racism runs rampant throughout Asia. Have you ever heard of the term Jungle Asian? Well, it originated in the 1990s among Vietnamese Americans, and it was a slur used to describe the darker-skinned Cambodian Americans who were seen as more uncivilized and barbarous. This basic concept can be used as a base to understand inter-Asian race relations, where it's generally deemed that your level of civility and class are determined by the lightness of your skin. This is why skin whitening products are so popular everywhere in Asia. There were some influential eugenicists in early 20th century Japan, for example, who propagated the idea that the Japanese with a lighter skin, skinnier noses and thinner lips, well, this made them distinct from lesser Asian races who perhaps were related to Polynesian people. And there's also a classism aspect. Peasants working the fields all day naturally have darker skin than those who are rich and can spend their days lounging inside their palaces. This is why face kinis are very popular among Chinese people, and thus East Asians tend to look down upon the darker skinned jungle Asians, and thus being called Southeast Asian or Vietnamese is a very common insult in China. And another point I want to make very quickly is that I don't think that most people in the West who have been schooled in anti-racism for decades, who live in liberal ideological nations, truly understand that most nation states around the world are ethno-states. Turkey for the Turks, Greece for the Greeks, and China for the Chinese. And China in particular is a very nationalistic country who believe in the racial superiority of the dominant Han race. They believe themselves to be one of the most racially pure people and are the descendants of a 5,000-year-old civilization. This is mostly not true. China is incredibly diverse and has mostly been ruled by invaders over the last millennia. But the sobering point that I want to make is that racism is a huge problem all around the world, and it's not just isolated in the West. Thanks for listening.